I'm going to talk about short sales. In order for the bank to review a short sale, so basically a short sale is basically saying the homeowner, or in New Jersey, um, not necessarily in New Jersey, but a short sale is typically, the banks are typically expecting the attorney, not the attorney, the agent, the realtor that's listing the property to work on the short sale. But just from working with a lot of agents, they don't have that personality to handle short sale. And so in New Jersey, a lot of agents expect the attorneys to do the short sale. However, the bank does not pay the attorney, because the bank determines how much they pay for their closing costs. So banks do not typically pay an attorney enough to do the short sale, because a short sale is a lot of work. For some of you that may or may not have went through a short sale or have actually done a short sale, it's a lot of work. Okay, for some people, it's like real estate. It's maybe simple, it's not easy. Short sales, maybe, like, when you look at the things that you have to do, may seem simple, but it's not easy, right? And it's very time consuming, and it's a lot of documents and a lot of BS that you have to deal with the bank. So in order for the bank to review a short sale, most banks will require the property to be listed on the MLS. Majority of the time, it has to be listed on the MLS. Okay, and so the steps required to do a short sale is, number one, you have to submit a short sale application to the bank. And then number two, banks will qualify the homeowner property. They will qualify the homeowner, they will qualify the property, and they will qualify the transaction. Okay, for an FHA, they first must be reviewed for loan modification before they do a short sale. All right. And then some of the consideration is a short sale is subject to lender's approval and sold as is. These are clauses that are required as part of the short sale. And then there's a contract that needs to be executed. And because New Jersey, especially northern part and central part, but not necessarily the southern part, because a lot of the contracts are dealt with the title companies. But I emphasize to people that, even though the property is subject to short sale and is a short sale, you have to make sure that the contract goes through attorney review and that parties follow all terms of the contract. Because if you don't do that, then you're not only for the seller but also for the buyer. I mean, you're opening yourself up to some legal issues if you don't do that. I know some people, they execute a contract and they don't with the homeowner, and they submit the contract directly to the bank, and an attorney never gets involved. And so when you do get an approval, then they go through then it goes to the attorney. It should not be done that way. Okay, it should really go through the attorney, and then go through let it go through the attorney review, and then finally get it on the contract. So because if something goes wrong, then there's legal dispute, then you got issues. All right. And then what happens is the bank will order a third-party validation. They'll order a broker price opinion, or they'll order an appraisal. That's a critical aspect of the short sale process. And then when that happens, what I do is I tell investors, agents, whoever's involved, whoever has. So if a deal comes from an investor, then I tell the investor, and I also then tell the listing agent who's listing the property, that you need to make sure that you go to the BPO or appraisal when it's being done, because you need to be there and make sure that the BPO and appraisal is aware of every issue with the property, as well as they're aware of the comps. Because some of these appraisals or BPO may be people that are outside of the county and they have no clue what's going on within that specific town. Okay, and then it goes to a negotiation part afterwards, and then as a result of that negotiation, you get a short sale approval, or you get a counteroffer, or the bank declines it. Typically, they use a counteroffer. And most of the time, if you're dealing with an investor type of short sale, we usually have to submit a value dispute, because typically the banks want this much and the investor wants it at this price. All right. And then that's where I come in, and we work with the bank and the parties to get an acceptable counteroffer and to get an approval.